Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another live coding session with me, Allen Helton, where today we're going to be building a serverless trivia game without using AWS. Now, I will say, disclaimer, that is actually a lie. I am going to be using AWS, but only for hosting the web app. As far as the backend infrastructure and the front end stuff to build the communication, no AWS. But hosting, yes. So give me a pass on that one, please. So again, thank you for joining me. We will be wrapping up this project today. I did a stream, I believe it was last Thursday morning, and we got pretty far from scratch. We were able to get a game session where you could create a new game and then buzz in basically to do your answer at a very basic level on the last time. That was where we wrapped up. And this time we're going to be finishing it. I did a little bit of more work since we streamed last time and built out the API, built out the UI a little bit. And today we're going to be adding the scoring, and then we're actually going to see if it works. So I hope you guys are excited to actually try it with me today. So I have a interesting wave hand icon from Sam. Good morning, Sam. I think it's still morning for you. I believe, no, it's probably not morning anymore for you and for you guys in the UK. I think you guys are UTC +1, which would be 6 hours ahead of me. So here it is 6:30 in the morning. It's a beautiful morning. The turkeys are gobbling. The chickens or the roosters are crowing. I have a goose now. The goose is honking, and my goats are bleating. So it is a fun day at the farm. Everyone's awake. So let's roll. No need to dawdle with all this small talk, right? Okay. So what we're going to start with this morning is, hold on. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, let's do one more. Shrink this. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to start with showing you where we're at, running locally, and then we'll talk about what we need to do this morning. So here's where we're at. It's beautiful, right? This is the landing page, and in the future we're going to put an actual proper DNS name on this, because this is going to be something that we do for Believe in Serverless. It's a trivia game that Jonathan from Serverless Guru is going to be running. It'll be trivia.believeinserverless.com. Right now it is not. It's localhost, but this is how we're going to run it. So we'll create a game. We'll have our passkey in here, and that will create a room or a lobby for us. And what that's going to do is it's going to basically wait until I say, let's play the game. Now, you guys can scan that QR code, but it is going to point to localhost. So feel free, but don't do it yet. I do have a live version of this up that will work, but we'll try a little bit later this morning. But basically what this is going to do is somebody can scan that either on their phone or click on this share link button. It'll copy to the clipboard, and whoever's hosting the game will be able to paste that into the private chat for the players that are intending to play. Now, really, this is not just it's not intended to be an open forum. Anyone can just play. I have 6 people or 8 people that have agreed to play with me already. I have them maybe here, like on my streaming platform that I already have. So everybody's got their video up, and I can send it to them. The players are known, basically. So that's really what this is, what the gist is here. You can see that it came up with 2 very fun names. Blue broad-snouted caimans. That is not easy to say. And then the purple American bobtail. So I'm using the Faker.js library to come up with some of these fun names. Let's take a look at what this actually looks like. So if you remember what we did last time, we were using Momento for this client-to-client communication, where we didn't want to build a backend for WebSockets because that's heavy and nobody enjoys doing that. So we're using Momento instead, so we don't have to do that. We just have a couple of API calls. I have wired it up to let me automatically see the players as they sign in. So when I scan that, I get dropped to a page that says choose a team and choose your username. So I'm going to go on the broad snouted Cayman team and sign up as Allen. And as soon as I hit join, I should see myself pop in over here. So we have that. Yay, it worked. And I'm gonna, just for fun, we're gonna do 2 sessions. This happened to me last time too. Come on, Windows. There we go. Okay. Let's drag you down here. And really, I want to show you 2 sessions because I want to show you the interactivity that's built into this app. It's pretty cool. I didn't have to do a whole lot. Okay. Here we go. Just so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so the other person is going to be on the purple team. What should the username be on this guy? Anybody have any suggestions for the username? If not, I'll just come up with whatever. What's it? Okay, thank you, Sam. We will do Jeff. Jeff will be on the purple team, so have him join. Okay, so we have a 1v1 trivia bonanza going on right now, and what we have, I can do start game, and that will change the game state behind the scenes, and it basically just asks, are you ready to play? And I try to make this as simple as possible because it doesn't really need to be anything more than yes, no, whatever. So when I show the first question, when I hit that button, what it's going to do is it's going to hit my Neon database in the back end. It's going to say, what questions have I already shown in this specific game? Give me a new one. And then it will render it here. And then what it will do is it will enable these buttons automatically for all of the players so they can buzz in and guess the answer. So let's see what that looks like. So you saw I clicked on this, took a second. I guess it's called starting. I honestly don't know. And then these 2 buttons lit up automatically. So which Google Cloud service offers serverless NoSQL databases? I actually don't know the answer to that. Nope, I don't know the answer. But that's fine because we're going to say that Jeff knows the answer. I'm going to click on Jeff. You can see immediately that Jeff lit up over here on the host screen, and then these buttons got disabled because Jeff says he knows the answer. So when we're actually playing this game, when there's a host and there's actually a bunch of people on the line, what'll end up happening is the host, whoever is hosting it, will say, okay, Jeff, what's your answer? And Jeff will be on video and will physically guess. We'll actually say what the guess is to the answer. And whether it's right or wrong doesn't really matter at this point. But what will end up happening is the host will say show answer, and it'll actually display what the answer is. And then we'll say yes, it was right, or no, it was not right. And that's actually part of what we're going to be building this morning, is saying that yes or no and updating the score, and then adding a little bit of stats for analytics behind the scenes for is this a good question or is this not a good question. That's actually going to be the meat of what we're doing today. We're going to be calculating the score for the game, displaying it on the screen. And then one other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding a tag or a filter to these questions to say, I only want questions from AWS, or I only want questions on cost modeling or compute or whatever it is. That way we can specifically target questions that may be on theme or on topic, or I could preload a bunch of questions specifically for that game session, tag them with session July 11th, and then it will only feed us those questions at random. But if I think I've wired this up to reset the question. So just the last thing in this little demo before we get started looking at the code, we'll just say yes, Jeff got that right, and that will go and it will fetch the next question and re-enable these buttons for us over here on the right side so we can repeat the process over again. I know this one. I think you guys know this one too. I actually asked ChatGPT for a bunch of questions. Give me, I think I asked for 50 questions, just kind of around serverless in general, around the big three, and fed those in here. So let's do it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to be adding the scoring, what we're going to be doing for the scoring. And to help facilitate that, let me just close these sessions. I wrote this open API spec so we can look at it a little bit easier. We can see what this game is powered by as far as server-side APIs go. So what we have so far, we have adds a new question. This is adding a question to the database. It's not something that I demoed this morning, but this is just adding to that stockpile of questions that can possibly be served to me. This is getting the full list. And then this is fetching that next question. That's what this endpoint is. So whenever you hit that thumbs up or thumbs down, or that initial get first question button, it's hitting this API endpoint and it's going and fetching from Neon. Down here are the game maintenance API endpoints. And again, these are all implemented already. This is what we've already demoed so far this morning. So get list of games, create a new game, update the game status. So remember that game status at the beginning was waiting for new players and then start game. Once you start the game, I shut off the ability to log in and join. Just for ease. I didn't want people to come in at random times. That's getting the game details, like what's the current score, what is, what are the team names that were randomly generated, what's the status. We have a login. Notice we don't have a logout. Figure that's probably not necessary for right now. Maybe long term we can build a logout, but login, we'll do that. You can do that as a host or as a player. And then this is the one that we're going to end up building. It's not currently, I don't have anything for it yet, but this is what we're going to end up calling when somebody says yes or no. That was what we wanted. And then, of course, with this endpoint, we're going to say yes or no, it was right or wrong. Or if nobody knows the answer and we just time out, we'll just say no one answered, and that'll go back to the database for the analytics and say that was probably too hard of a question. So let's do it. Let's add this stuff. I'm excited. Okay. To add this route, again, we're using, just as a reminder from last time, we're using Next.js for the front end and really for the back end as well. We're using the API routes inside of Next.js for, here it is. This is the, nope, I'm lying to you. There it is. These are the API routes. These are the endpoints that we've built. And honestly, I don't really know how it works in Amplify. I know there is some magic that happens inside of Amplify when you create a Next.js app. I think what it does, don't quote me on this, please don't quote me on this, is I think it puts all these inside of Lambda functions and runs those when they're invoked. But honestly, I don't know. But I think that's what happens. It's all abstracted away from the user. Like if you go and you look, even if it is inside of Lambda functions, if you go and you look inside of the Lambda console, they're not there. So anyway, here's how we do it. So we have our API routes, games, game ID. You can kind of see how each one of these nested folders is mapping to part of the path inside of that path parameter. And then here we have game ID. That would stop here. This login one is that route. We still have to go in a little bit more. So we have to create more folders. So we have questions that we're going to add. And then we have question ID. And the naming of these folders is actually very specific and intentional. This is how you create those path variables inside of Next.js. And now we're going to create a file in here called answers.js. And so with that, this is the route. /API /game ID as a variable /questions question ID answers. And that'll be built for us. So I don't actually remember what that looks like. So we're going to copy this. We're just going to copy all this, do what we did last time, where we've already written a lot of it before, and we're going to do it again. So let's see. First thing we're gonna do is look and make sure that we're passing in auth. So we don't want this completely public. We're just gonna use that pass key as the authorization header in here, just to make sure and validate that we don't have anybody messing around on a live stream. This is gonna be a post, I believe. Yep. So we're gonna change this to post. And then we will be pulling out the path parameters here. So we have game ID, question ID, and then we also want, let's take a look at what the schema is for the request body. So in here, we're gonna have who did it, who posted their guess, and Boolean value for is correct. Now the team and the username are not required fields, because in the event that nobody ventured a guess, there wouldn't be anything there. So we're gonna do that. Let's see. Okay. So let's do this. Let's do, we'll just say input, since it has optional parameters. I don't want to destructure that, because if I think it'll fail if the parameter's not there, if you destructure it. Now we're going to load the game out of Momento. This is out of the cache. The game is cached for an hour. We're going to fetch that. If we don't find it inside of the cache, we're going to return a 404, which makes sense, not found. Then we're going to validate that authorization key that was passed in as a header. So basically the password is saved onto the game. If that doesn't match the value that's being passed in as our token, we're going to return a 403. And then this is where we start to diverge a little bit. This is the structure of the object, basically. So we care about this. We care about if we're going to be deducting points. But let's get our ducks in a row here. Okay. So what do we do when somebody posts a guess to an answer to a question? We want to do a couple of different things. First, we want to update the game score. And to do that, we need to, we're going to increment a value or decrement a value on the game. That would be we'll just call it blue score and purple score. So the first thing we need to do is we need to know, is it right or wrong? So we'll do is correct equals input dot is correct. We've already passed that in. And is correct is not determined programmatically. That's that thumbs up or thumbs down. If the host clicked that thumbs up button, we'll say it is correct is true. Down is correct is false. Okay, so if it is correct, what we're going to be doing is updating the blue score value on the game. If it's not, then we're going to do a couple of different things. So let's do this. With cache dictionaries, you have an option to increment a value. So we can do cache dictionary increment. And so this is it's a thread safe atomic value here. So we don't have to pass in the new value. We just have to pass in the delta. So we have our game cache. We have our game ID object. That's our specific cache item that we're going to be updating. We're going to be doing, let's see. Yeah. Team score. So team is passed in via the request. So we have input.team. So that's either going to be blue or purple. Score, and then we're going to be adding a value. We'll just say that if you guess right, that you get 10 points, and that's really it for that. Now, what we want to do is return the new value, or like push down the new value of the score. So we're going to be publishing to a topic to do that. Response instance of cache dictionary increment dot success. So this is saying if we were able to successfully increment that value. Let's see, response dot value. This is the new value. Const new score equals that. We'll come back to this. Let's do this. Let's declare new score up here. Let new score, and then we'll set it, and then we'll publish only one time. Yeah, this will work. Okay. If it's not a success, something's going wrong. So we'll just, I don't know what the problem will be. So let's at least log it so we can troubleshoot it in the future. Could not update score. And then we'll do response dot save message. Do that. And then we'll do this. I'm a big fan of something went wrong error messages for 500s instead of internal server error. I've had too much experience working with users where they don't understand what internal server error means. Now, granted, everybody that's going to be using this app is likely highly involved in tech, and they would understand internal server error, but still, I'm in the habit right now of just saying something went wrong. Okay, so we have that. And good to go there. So let's do this. So if the score is not correct, so I've put in my guess, it's not right. We can do one of two things. We can, we're going to have to look at the game settings right now and see, do we deduct points? Are we punishing people for wrong answers? Like a Jeopardy and whatnot. So let's say if game details oh, cool. Let's see what Q says. We're going to, yeah, good old Q. That's exactly what we want to do already. Cool. The only thing we're going to add to this is if we're not deducting points, I just want the current score of that team so I can publish new score back down to the client. What I really like about Momento's cache dictionaries is they're objects that are stored in a cache, but you can fetch individual fields instead of the entire object. Dictionary get field, game ID, input.team, score. Okay, cool. If this isn't right, cache. Okay. Cool. That actually needs to be a number. We'll cast it. That looks like that'll be good. So that's giving us the current score. If it's not a hit, let's just set the new score to 0. So we already know that game exists. We've already done a dictionary fetch on the game itself, but let's just say there's no points. We haven't initialized that. We'll just say it's 0. Okay, so we have what we've done as far as manipulating the game state itself. We have added the points if you're right, deducted the points if it's configured that way, and then fetched the current score if we're not deducting points. Okay, now we're gonna push that back down to the game client. Actually, we don't need to use topics for that. We can do request response. That's totally fine. So let's do status 200. Even though this is a post, we'll say it's 200, it was successful, JSON. And then we'll do team, and score is new score. So that's going to say in that response, just push it back down and get rid of these. Remember, this is what we copied and pasted before. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we said everything is good. We've updated the game state. Voila. The team and the score. Now, the only other thing that we need to do for like as far as validations go, we need to validate the input to make sure that we should be manipulating this game state. And the way we can do that is by fetching, okay. We want to make sure first that team is provided. Let's see. So if not input.team or not input.username, I believe is what we were looking at. Let's pop back over here, team and username. So if either one of these is not provided, we're just not going to update the points at all, because that means nobody guessed. So back here, we're just going to say res.status, say 204. We don't need to return anything on that. And I learned this the other day. If you're not returning a payload inside of a response, you're just returning a 204, you need to call end here. Otherwise, the API is going to hang. Return. Okay, so we have that. And then if it is provided, so if we're down here, we assume that both of these are provided now because it's passed this check. What we want to do is we want to make sure that that person on that username is actually on that team. So we're going to add a couple of different validations in here. So we're going to do if blue, purple, includes team, we'll just say not that. So if somebody passes in a random bogus team name, we're going to say that's, can't do that. And then, yeah, we can just do that. Okay. And then the last thing we're going to do is make sure that that username is on that team. So we're going to do nice. Thank you, Q. Call that team response. If team response instance of, I don't ever expect that to be true, but okay. Nice. Q is killing it today. So we're looking, so if you remember, a Momento set is a collection of distinct strings, and that's really all that we're doing. We're just pulling this array of usernames out and validating that the username is in there. We'll just say instead of a 403, let's just say that's a 400. User is not found in provided team. Okay. I think that's everything. I think we have the validations in here. We'll bypass the updating the analytics for the question for now, just for the sake of getting the gameplay in, and we'll test to see if that's hunky dory. So we've updated that. Now we're going to go to the page, and we're going to call that endpoint. I actually have that commented out here. So on the get next question, this is called when you press thumbs up. It's called when you press thumbs down. It's called when you press that show first question. And it passes in this Boolean value. So let's see if we already have it set up. So if I've provided a value, we're going to do games, game ID, questions, question ID, answers. We're going to post. We're going to say the team name. We will add these. Let's do this. I like the spread operator. I know I don't really use it the way people are supposed to be using it, at least according to ChatGPT. It doesn't like it every time. I like it to add optional parameters. So we're just going to say if guessing user ref exists, like if it has a value, then let's add these things. So in JavaScript, this is the spread operator when used this way. It's also another operator used for destructuring, but when it's used this way, it's saying if this evaluates to true, then add this. Basically put this in the JSON object that you're creating. So we're saying if somebody's name is highlighted on the screen, that's what that really refers to. Add team and username to the payload. So let's see if this works. That's really all we need to do to see if it works. We're running it locally, so we'll see. See what we can do. Okay. I think we're gonna have to create a new session because I closed my other games. Okay. Let's bring this over here. And, ooh, sloth bears and the Toigers. That's funny. Okay, start game. Let's bring up the console. Ignore that error. And we're gonna see when we hit that next question. Okay, did not like that. Let's see. Okay. Circular. Ooh. I guess it doesn't like what we did with this. I think I know what I did wrong. Down here. I have passed in, basically I call it this way without the, man, I always feel like I'm a good programmer until I'm trying to explain things that I only partly know. I think this is going to solve our problem. Let's just say that. Calling it that way. Let's try again. Refresh. Okay. Cool. That was it. I wish I could explain why. Hopefully somebody that's watching knows why and knows what that's called and would like to explain it to everybody, but I don't, but that was the problem. Okay, let's bring our other session. Okay, which AWS service offers serverless log management? So you can see over here, it says iBus first, yay. This is CloudWatch, right? Okay, cool. I got that right. So we're gonna say that, yes, I got it right. So I hit that. Let's see what happened. Okay, we got a 500. So we weren't quite right in what we were doing. Let's look at the logs. We didn't log it. That is too bad. I'm really surprised that we didn't log it. That's weird. Okay. Well, now I'm concerned because it said that it's, I wonder if it's because I create, oh, team is not defined. Nice. Okay. Easy enough. That's input.team. And then let's see if we use it anywhere else. Team? Oh man, we use it 23 times in this. Okay. Oh, nice. I already had that function, but we don't need it anymore. Okay. Let's keep going. Yep. Probably failed there. Could have failed in a lot of places. Dang. Oh gosh. Okay. Input.team. Good there. Input.team. Okay, I think that's all. Famous last words, but we'll try it again. Okay. What is the AWS service for serverless code deployment? I know that answer. Code build? Code build? Oh yeah, obviously. Okay, I got that wrong. Let's see. Okay, we got 500 again. Lovely. Let's see. I feel like I got that question wrong twice because I actually got the trivia question wrong, and then we also failed on here. Username's not defined, of course. So just like we did with team, let's do the same thing with username. Luckily, it's only in 2 spots. Okay. One more time, guys. One more time. Guaranteed success on this one. Okay, which Azure service provides serverless mobile backends? I don't know this answer. So in that case, we're just gonna hit show answer, and we're gonna hope that we can post that response where there's no team or username provided. Let's see. Azure mobile apps. I probably could have guessed that one. Oh, you know what? I just realized now that, well, it's probably fine. We'll just say no. Okay, let's look. Network questions. Okay, cool. That one worked. Let's try response. Oh, answers. That's what it was. Okay. Which Azure service offers serverless integration? Let's just go off of what we just said, and let's say that's Azure Integration Service. That's funny. Okay, so we're gonna say I got that right. Let's look at answers. So we said that yes, I got it right. Purple team, Allen got it. Response, the new score is 10. Cool. So now we actually have to do something with that. We actually have to start tracking the score inside of the game. And I guess for the sake of simplicity, we could probably just put it here next to the name, next to blue Toigers and blue sloth bears. You guys think that's a good idea? Say yes. Okay. So to do that, this is something that's going to be changing as a result of a request response. I don't think we actually need to add a ref to it. We can add it to the state. This page. Okay. It's a pretty big file. Okay, so we have blue players, purple players. Let's do this. Let's add a new state. We'll just say blue score. Set blue score. Set the initial state to 0. And then we'll do the same thing. Const purple score, set purple score. Use state 0. Okay, so we have that, and then what we'll do is we want to update that score whenever we get the response of this. Const response equals that, and then we want to say if. So we're going to add a couple of different things because we can get several different status codes. So we can say if response dot status equals 403, that was our unauthorized. We could say router dot push to our unauthorized page. Else if response dot that. Okay, I do actually have these pages. I made little graphics. I'll show you that in a minute for what those look like. And then the last one, let's do this. Else if response dot status equals 500, then we will display a little toast at the bottom. Nice. Not failed to submit answer. That's silly. Say something went wrong. And then we will do else, assuming that that's just the JSON that comes back, or a 200 that comes back. We will do const data response.json, and then we're going to, I actually don't know if I can dynamically do this, so we'll just do the easy way. If data.team equals blue, set blue score to data.score, else set purple score. Nope, not purple players, purple score. Okay, now that we're tracking that state in the background, let's actually display it on the screen. Let's display it next to the team name. Purple team name. Purple score. Nice. Okay. Blue team name. That's concerning. Okay, never mind. No, it's not concerning. Okay. Blue score. Okay, that should be it. Nice. Okay. So it's right that it's not showing 10 because we have set the game state after we changed this. So let's fix this. Okay. Which AWS service is used for serverless video processing? I want to say that that's one of the elemental services. AWS elemental. I mean, I've used media convert. Let's see what it thinks. Nice. Okay. Cool. Hopefully this updates. Yes. Okay. That's exactly what we wanted. That is perfect because that's the new game state. It wasn't 10 before because of the obvious. I don't remember if this one wasn't deduct points. So let's create a new game that deducts points and let's check to see if that works. Make the password Allen and let's say deduct points. Okay, copy this, let's go over here. Cape lions and Siberian huskies. This is probably my favorite part of the game, these random names that come up. Okay, we'll do Allen. Okay, let's see what happens. Which AWS service is used for serverless object storage? So I do know that one. I assume everybody here knows that one. That one's S3. I don't know why that didn't come up. Okay, so I know the answer. So S3, but we're gonna pretend like I said Lambda. So I'm gonna do thumbs down and hopefully I should have a score of -10. No, that is unfortunate. Let's see what came back. Answers, team purple. That didn't even have my name. So there's an issue there. We have a bug there somewhere. So let's refresh this. Playing as Allen on team purple. Okay, what's the name of Google Cloud Serverless Database? I don't actually know the answer to that one, so this works out. I shouldn't. Firestore? Yeah, cool. We'll say I didn't get that right. No, still no. Okay. Let's see what happened. Payload. Okay, so I did send my name, but it's not going negative. Let's see what's happening. Let's add some logs into the code here in this one. Let's see. Okay. If is correct, so we'll say it's not correct because we did pass in is correct is false. So we know it's coming in here. Let's console log game details. See what happens there. See if that's true. And then, oh, well, let's see if it's already logging things. It's logging lots of things. It doesn't actually look like it's logging any errors. Well, let's look where it actually calls. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if deduct points should have been true. Yeah, okay, let's check. Everything looks like it should have been right. Let's say no. Oh no. Unexpected end of JSON input for get next question on line 252. Well, that is about as helpful as it gets. $252. Okay, we must not have responded. Oh, right. Then let's change that. Let's change that to a 204. Oh, it is a 204. Okay. Shame on me. Okay. Else if response.status equals 200. Okay, so it's doing that. That means that in the event that nobody answered, it's going to return a 204, and we're just not going to do anything. So we're not going to try to parse that. Okay. Okay. Here we go. For real this time. Let me go back. Refresh. I don't know why this keeps going. Oh, yeah. Okay. No. Which Google Cloud service offers serverless big data processing? Don't know that one. We're going to say Fire Data. Okay. Learning a lot today. Okay, let's look at our logs. Back to what we were actually doing before I got sidetracked on that 204. Deduct points was blah. Okay, so that means we have a bug when we're creating the game, because that should have been true. But that also reminds me that we're not saving in Boolean values. When you really have the option to do two different types when you're setting a value inside of a dictionary in Momento. You have a number and a string. There's not Boolean values in there. So at the very least, we've already done this wrong by looking for a truthy value here. So if deduct points, so what I want to do here is say if that's true, instead of looking for truthy. And then back here when we're creating the game, let's go to that one. Games index. It's on the post. Yeah, that should have been in there. I'm actually, again, surprised. Let's see what that does. Because right here, what we're doing is we're passing in the entire object that comes in whenever we create a new game, and that deduct points value should have been in there. So let's create a new game. Let's look at the log that gets saved and figure out if we can decide what's going wrong. Let's create a new game. Deduct points for wrong answers. Create game. So we're going to look at two things. I would like to see what we're passing in to that call from here. Games. Deduct points true. Okay. Now we're going to look at the server logs. And see what it got. So deduct points is true. I guess that means that with Momento, you can't pass in a Boolean value. It's just not going to set that. So let's change it. Let's set game.deduct points equals game.deduct. This is what I like about JavaScript. It's also very dangerous for a maintenance perspective. We'll do it this way. Okay. So we're gonna reset that. So we're saying if truthy, if it is true, then we're gonna set that value to a string value of true. Otherwise, we set it to a string value of false. Get rid of that console log. Okay, cool. All right. Easy enough, right? This is one of those times where I would definitely use a comment in the code to say we need to do that. Okay. Create game. Let's do it. This is gonna work. Guaranteed success. Oh, we have sloth bears again. And the thick build Virios. That should be a trivia question. What is this? I assume that's a bird and not some obscure breed of platypus. Okay. We're totally going on the thick build Virios team. Okay, let's do it. So now we should have fixed everything. If you're following along, what we've been doing is trying to figure out why this wasn't deducting points. And it was because we were setting a Boolean value inside of a Momento dictionary. Doesn't like that. We had to set it as a string value. So let's try. What is the name of the AWS serverless application repository? I believe it's just called Serverless Application Repository. Yes. I love these intuitive names. All right, we're going to say that like I got that wrong because I really want to see that pop in as -10. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's a little bit upsetting to me right now because I really thought we had that fixed. Deduct points is false. Did I not set that value? Oh my gosh, that's super annoying. Okay, one more time. I honestly don't know if I did that or not. Okay, deduct points. One more time. Thank you for bearing with me. Happy Thursday, by the way. All right, here we go. Show the first question. Which Azure service provides serverless API gateways? Is it API gateway? Is it Azure API gateway? API management. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that was our problem before. I just forgot to set that value. Okay, so we have -10 points. Let's get back into the positive. What's the name of Azure's serverless IoT service? IoT service? IoT hub. Okay. Okay, so you can see we do have it right. That's actually good gameplay now. So the last thing that I want to do is set up a tag system. While I do that, let's play. Let's get it working. So I'm actually going to commit this because it's a setup and amplify. It will trigger a build whenever I push the code to main. So I'm going to push all this stuff and it'll build while we're doing the tagging thing. Gameplay. Andres will attest to this. I am terrible at commit messages. I think I've done like in one push, I think I've had several commits that's fix bug 2, fix bug for real final, and then fix bug final for real. And then it worked. But you know, those commit messages, here's just a PSA. Don't do that. Don't be like me. Actually do meaningful commit messages so you know. Okay. Nice. So I guess we can get rid of the logging because that's not really needed anymore now that it works. And let's add that. So I have let me just show you the code. Actually, let's look at the Swagger preview. So for this one, get games ID question, it accepts a tag query string parameter that will basically look for questions that have a specific tag. All the questions that are in my Neon database, which is just a serverless Postgres service. they're tagged with X number of tags. They could say Azure, they could say AWS, they could say GCP, they could be compute, Lambda. It has a whole bunch of different tags. And if I want to scope my range of questions to a specific tag, I can provide this into that call, and it will look for ones with a specific tag that I provided. So we want to do that. We want to have that field. And I'm not super concerned right now at that looking pretty, because I don't actually know where I want to put that to make it look meaningful. But for the sake of this stream, let's just add it in there. Const tag, set tag, and we'll set that to a blank value. And then down here, let's look for an input so I can copy that. Where did I put that? Here we go. Okay, we're just gonna copy and paste another input from somewhere else in the app. And we're gonna put it in here. Okay, so when we're playing, it's gonna render this. And I want it to show, I guess at the bottom, underneath the buttons. So we don't want that. We don't want it to be a radio button. It's my own fault. That's actually much cleaner. Do we just call it tag for now? Tag. 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 Easy enough, right? Set tag. That's probably not descriptive enough. Let's add a placeholder. Let's just say scope questions with to a specific topic or tag. Let's just say that. Okay. And then what we need to do is optionally provide that to the new questions API, which is right there. Okay. Let's do it this way. I want to add a query string parameter. So we'll use string interpolation for that tag. Then we will do, let's do it like this. Tag equals tag. Got it? I didn't explain at all what I did there, but we're saying, here's the route that we're going to be hitting. And then if there is a value for tag, which we've set in that input, we're going to say add this query string parameter tag equals the value of the tag. If not, then we're not going to pass anything in. Okay. Let's see if that works. Let's see what that looks like. Bad. That looks bad. But let's see if it works. Let's say AWS. Which AWS service is used for serverless tag or serverless API management? That's definitely API gateway. Cool. What AWS service is used for serverless message queuing? It's SQS. Okay, it definitely looks like this is working because that's 3 questions in a row that are AWS. Serverless container management, ECS, Fargate. I guess that could both be right. Let's look at what's another tag that we should use. So we try to see if compute's one. See if I have any questions for compute. Yeah, cool. And so that's going and it's doing, because we didn't say AWS anymore, now it says Azure, but it's doing that. I should know this. Is that just Azure Functions? Yeah, cool. Okay. So that looks really terrible. Honestly, I don't know what I want it to look like, but at this point our build should be done. So let's try it. Let's all interact and play in this game. Yeah, it should be done. Let me check. I have on a different window the amp, but I will check to see if that build is done, and then we'll play. The QR code you can actually scan and it will work. Okay, it is done. Okay, let's look at it. Boom. This is the live version. So everybody get your phones out if you do want to play. We'll say we will deduct points for wrong answers. So I'll sit here for a moment. If you guys want to scan that on your phones, I can actually also share the link here in the stream if you guys want to use your machines instead. So here's this out to you guys. It looks like StreamYard doesn't post comments to LinkedIn, but if you're watching on YouTube, you can do it. Looks like it doesn't post it to Twitter either. So I was hoping you guys were gonna play, but if not, then we'll just make that thing look pretty. Okay, thank you, Sam. Anybody else want to play against Sam? Does anybody know what a Creveri's Murrelets is? While we wait, I'm gonna look that up and see what it looks like. I don't even know. In my head, that sounds like a rodent. It is not, though. Let's bring it over here. It looks like a flying penguin. That's wacky. Huh. Learn something new every day. Okay. Thank you, Frederick. Let's play. So what I want you guys to do, since you're not on the stream with me, we'll just have it 1 versus 1. Just type it in as a comment if you feel comfortable doing that. Let's do it. Let's start a game. What is the name of Azure's serverless CDN service? This is really where it would have come in handy to have the filter. So I know Sam is an AWS guy. Frederick, I don't know if you are or not. Nobody gonna guess that one? Hopefully it worked. Here we go. Okay, Sam, type in a comment and let's see if you were right. What is your guess? Service mesh. Azure CDN. One of the things that I've learned today is that Azure has very intuitive naming, not super clever, which I guess is a good thing. Okay, that was wrong. Negative 10 points for the Murrelets. Okay, we'll just do one more question and then we'll go back. Which Google Cloud service provides serverless data storage? Now this is one, I'm just going to talk while we wait for the answers to roll in. I never know with GCP, like what services start with fire and which ones don't. All right, Sam, what you got? Google Drive. I don't think it's Google Drive. Okay, let's Just cloud storage. Okay. Let's do, okay, I want to get one more question where, okay, here. You guys fight to the death on this one. Frederic, is that button lighting up for you? Hopefully it is. What's the name of the serverless compute service by AWS? I assume everybody watching this knows that one, because that's what everybody thinks serverless is. No? Oh, okay. Frederic, what you got, man? I believe in you on this one. Lambda. Yes, it is Lambda. Boom. Look at that. So we have Sam at -20 and Frederic, or the purple, brown, hairy dwarf porcupines at 10 points. Okay, that's it for playing this part. Let's go back and do some coding. This is fun. That was a lot of fun. I like that. Let's make this look good. Let me go back here to localhost. What do you guys think that we should do to make this look better? We should probably get rid of the label. And let's see, what else should we do? We still have like 25 minutes left in the stream, so we have plenty of things if you guys want to add features, if there's anything that you want to see. If there's not anything that you guys suggest, I'm happy to just keep on trucking and let my imagination run wild. Let's make this look better for now. Let's take the label off. Tag. Because that doesn't look good. And let's just set, let's do this. That just has margin. Oh, nope, let's do this. I guess that's better. That's not better. Let's put a little bit of padding. Did I change it to a drop down? No. I mean, yes, I can do that, Sam. So for those that can't see, can you change it to a drop down? Are you able to get a list of all tags from the DB? Yes, I can get a list of all the tags. Gosh, I guess we could totally do that in 20 minutes. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? That's why we're here, about doing it live, right? Okay, so let's add a new endpoint for tags. Pages, API, questions. We're gonna do, I guess we'll just do tags. Tags.js. Oh, nope. There we go. Okay. So again, we're gonna copy. We're gonna do what we've done before and do this. So we have neon in here. We're going to get rid of our post, because we're not gonna do the post. Commit what I've gotten so far. That's a good idea, Sam. But no, we're gonna live on the wild side. I don't think you have to change very much. Just that. And getting rid of a console log. We're safe. We're safe. I'm not gonna mess anything up. That's famous last words. Let's see. Select. Oh gosh. Okay, let's log into Neon and take a look at what that schema is real quick. Let me log in off screen. See what we have. Okay. Here we go. We're inside of the Neon dashboard. We have tables. Oh no, this is the wrong project. We'll do trivia. Tables. Tag. So we're gonna pull name. Yeah. So we're gonna do select name from tag. And then we will do that. That should actually already work. Let's use Postman to take a look at that. Let's do new new request. Localhost 3000 API tags. Send. Is it worth having them be entire objects? Probably not. Let's return a list of strings. I think that'll end up ultimately being easier. Map tag.name. Let's try that. Much better. And then I guess let's just sort it. Let's just sort it. Might as well if it's just that. Okay, cool. So there's the list of tags that we can possibly use. Now let's add that to our page. Ooh, need to use page up, or what's the hotkey for go to the top? Shift home, control home. Okay, const tags, set tags, use state, nothing. And then what we'll do is we will load that set of tags when everything is loaded. Get game detail. What's that called? Because we'll just copy this and we will duplicate it. Get tag list. We didn't put auth on this endpoint, which is probably fine. Also famous last words. Tags, get rid of that. We're not going to push to unauthorized. What we will do is do that error again. Hoping the queue. Yeah, I don't know what that'll actually look like, but and then we'll do set tags to data. I think it's just data. Let's look. But I think it should just be that. And then let's call this. Let's look where we call get game detail. Where are you called? Okay. So now we have our game, and in theory, we should be fetching that tag list. Tags. Cool. Console. Yeah. Neat. Now the part that I don't know, creating the dropdown. How do I create a dropdown in Next.js? I just want to see what that HTML looks like. Yes. Okay, we'll wait for that, and then we will go and modify the tags. We might have to. I don't know what it'll look like, but we'll see. Okay, so we have this. I don't want it styled. I just want to see. What the HTML looks like. Does anybody know, just offhand, what is that? What is that type? Is it an in? Oh, it's select. There we go. Okay. And then, yeah, okay. That's it. That's all we have to do. So we're going to be iterating over each one of the tags that comes back in that state object, and then saying that these are the values here. So let's see if that shows up. Why on earth Why? Why is it white? Okay, at least the values show in, so that's nice. We did that, Sam. See what we can do. Honestly, I'm not sure how we'll be able to easily change it, but we'll see if we can. Do a side by side. Okay, so we have that. Let's make it look at least a little bit nicer. Rounded. Let's do. Okay, I'm back. There we go. And then let's do, I think I created a custom width. Width 2/3. Yeah, cool. That looks okay. And then we should have an option in here. The very first one, let's just call it the placeholder. Select a question category. That sound good to you guys? And maybe we'll put in optional like that. Wonder if I can set the value of just this one to gray. No, that's fine. Okay, cool. Not too bad. Well, I can't say that yet. Okay, so we have this, and this is value. Okay. So we've set the selected value to the placeholder or to the tag state object, and now we have to update our code for this. So we have tag, basically our no value is placeholder, so we have to update it. We have to say if tag we'll do this, and tag doesn't equal placeholder, then we'll add the tag. It's gonna be a long line. Okay, see if that works. Oh gosh, hold on. We got to put some padding on the or margin on the top. That's way too close. So we're using Tailwind. If you guys couldn't pick that out, margin top 4. That's what we did there. Make it look a little bit nicer. Let's do 8. Now it feels like too much. We're going to go back to 4. Okay, so okay. We're going to take a look at this and make sure that it's sending in our tag appropriately. So right now, hopefully it would not pass in that tag query string parameter because it's set to the default. Let's refresh the page, just kind of reset that state completely. Yep. And do the first question. And let's look. Questions, headers. Okay, it did not pass in that tag. Next, we're going to say AWS. We're going to see which service is used for serverless API management. It's API gateway. Okay, so now hopefully we'll have an AWS question. Good. Let's look. Let's see, was that query string parameter passed in? No. No, it was not. Yes, that is because we're not setting the state. So Frederic said, I've never tried out Tailwind, but it looks intuitive. It is. Once you learn the vernacular, like what everything stands for, it is actually very, very intuitive. But I'm also pretty sure that Tailwind in general is a polarizing topic. What isn't these days? Anyway, Sam said, did you forget to call the set tag method? Yes, I did. So let's do that. I believe it's on change. Set tag. Let's see. See if that barks at me. Let's do AWS. What did we pass in? We passed in object. Okay. Easy enough. E target value. That's all we need to do there to get it from an object to the actual value that we chose. One more time. Nope, I lied. That's funny. I really expected it. Let's... Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I guess I just needed to refresh the page. It might have been stale. There we go. Sam, does that, you satisfied with that? I'm actually very satisfied with that. I didn't know what we were going to end up with for the tag thing, but I'm very happy with that. We can go back to here. I think we're done. Is there anything else? The only other thing that I'll add, and I'll definitely add this on my own time, not on the stream, is remembering the last question. You saw whenever I was updating the code and it was doing live reloads, it was saying start game for the first time. I think what we'll do is set the current question as a parameter on the game. So whenever we load it, we can bring back that question. So we'll need to add an endpoint for get question, like get a specific question by ID, and then we'll bring that back on the screen. We'll save what the ID is of the question. So cool. So we have like 45 more people watching now than when we tried it before. So do you guys want to play? You guys want to try it for real? Let's commit this. Add tags. And so this should take, I don't know, like 2 minutes to go and build and be live. So what we can do is have you guys start. You can join now. Now what we're gonna do for everybody that's new, you know, we really should. I will also do this at a later time on my own off stream. Make these look nicer. This looks terrible right now. I think we'll probably just make it go horizontal, give it a little bit of depth, probably add a shadow, just to make it look a little bit better. But okay, oh, my text is gone. Test. Okay. So right now, if you guys want to play, and again, I encourage you to play. These are fun questions. Go ahead and scan that with your phone. I'll also share it one more time in here. The links are going to Twitch and YouTube. It's not going to Twitter or LinkedIn. So if you're watching on one of those platforms, my link did not get shared. But you can scan that with your phone and join the game, and we can play and have a good time. So I want to see who who wants to be an Asiatic lion and who wants to be an inserted wasp? We got to look those up. Very curious what the maybe I'm saying that wrong. No, inserted wasp. Well, that's cool looking. Here we go. This one just looks like a fly, like a house fly that I'd have here. And this one, ooh, that's the coolest one. And then Asiatic lion, see what those look like. Also cool. Anyway. Does anybody else want to play? Ideally, we get another wasp going. And I don't know, we'll wait 30 more seconds. We only have 4 minutes left, so we'll just do a speed round. We'll just see. And remember, when you do your guess, so I'll read the question. You can hit the guess button, or I know the answer button on your phone or wherever you're playing from. And then your name will light up and you can just put in your answer in the comments. And then we will look to see if that answer is right. Nobody else? I'd play myself, but I don't know. I guess I can. I'll play on my phone. Nobody else is going to play. That QR code is not scanning for me. Are you guys having the same problem? Okay. Well, I will play in a browser. I will play on the Wasp team. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. Okay, well, let's do the first question, and then we'll refresh the page so our tag changes come in. What is the name of Azure's serverless database? Does anybody know this one? I don't think I set deduct points on this one, so it's okay to guess wrong. Sam? Okay, I see that a couple people got it to work. Oh, Frederick used the link. Gigi got it to work. Okay, so Sam said Cosmos DB. And that is correct. Good job, Sam. Okay, hold on. Don't look at that question. I'm refreshing this. Okay, so it looks like we also have another bug in here where I need to load the game score on page load. Basically, just bring back the entire current state. There's a couple things that are missing, but that's okay. Let's stick to AWS questions if you guys are good with AWS. Okay, what AWS service is used for serverless ETL? I feel like I have an unfair advantage because I know StreamYard has about a 10-second stream delay. Anybody know the answer to that one? Okay, I'm gonna guess. I'm not positive, but I think it's either Glue or Athena. I guess I'm gonna say Glue. Yes. Okay. We got that right. So it's 10. Sam, you were right, but I don't know why it didn't load. Oh, because we need to score again over here. Okay, which AWS service is used for serverless object storage? GG. If you just want to type in your answer into the LinkedIn chat, we will bring it up. And this will be the last question for the day. I can see how this is going to be a fun game when everybody is on video and whatnot. I think this is going to be a really, really good one. Okay, I didn't get an answer from GG on this one. Oh, there we go. Oh, to the last question, not this one. Okay. Anybody else? Sam? You know this one? We can defer to the team. Okay. So while I get Sam's answer on this one, I'm pretty much done with this, which means we can actually start playing this game. And this is, again, like I said earlier, this is going to be something hosted by Jonathan from Serverless Guru. We have a sign-up page. I think it's a Google form that he made where you can express your interest in playing. I don't know the frequency yet. I don't think we've decided how often we're going to be playing this game. It's definitely going to vary based on participation. But we'll load these up with a bunch of different types of questions and play and have a whole bunch of people on at the same time and have a good time. Thank you for watching. That's really all that I have today. I'll put this behind a custom domain. We can play it together. And when it's behind the custom domain, you guys can play and host it yourself as well and have a good time with it. This was fun. I feel like we got a lot done today, just like the last session. Again, super cool. Excited about being able to have an app like this where it has a filterable list of questions, it has a distributed game states, it has live interactions, all without using AWS. If really just, it's hosted in Amplify, which is obviously AWS, but that's it. It's the backend, the game state, the persistence, the real-time notifications using Momento and Neon, and that's it. So a full game can be made just like that without an extensive knowledge of AWS. And really the knowledge that I had to have for AWS for this was, how do I point Amplify at a GitHub repository? And it really does the rest for me. I didn't really have to do anything or know anything in that. So again, thank you guys. We have a session later this afternoon. If you are up for listening to a talk, we have Kevin Swiber talking later this afternoon about building REST APIs that developers love. Now, Kevin knows what they're talking about, very, very, very much so. Kevin's on the open technology team at Postman and is directly responsible for how Open API is shaped and the future of it and whatnot. Kevin's offered me advice throughout the years with REST and API development, and a lot of my opinions have formed because of theirs. So definitely catch that. If you can't catch it live, I think it's at 11 today Central Time. I might be wrong. It might be 11 Pacific Time. But if you can't catch it live, do watch it on demand. It's everything that gets streamed for Believe in Serverless is available on the YouTube channel, and I highly recommend watching that one. So this is All Things APIs Month for Believe in Serverless, and we have a bunch of different speakers talking about a bunch of different types of APIs. This is the first one of the month, I think. Yeah. First one of the month talking about APIs. We're going to start with REST. I think the next one that we're going to be doing is gRPC. We have another one from Jan talking about WebSockets, and then we have another one later this month for GraphQL. So we're going to be talking deep dives into all these different types of APIs, when to use them, lessons learned from production. So it'll be a good month. We have a bunch of other talks too this month that aren't on All Things APIs theme, but just people sharing what they've learned. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up for real this time. Thank you guys for watching. I'm excited to play this game with you all. definitely gonna participate in some of the trivia. And I hope to see you guys there. I will share the link again inside the Believe in Serverless Discord if you guys are in there to sign up to participate for this game in the future. Okay, well, thank you very much. Appreciate the time, and you guys have a wonderful Thursday.